point to the third round. It really seemed like you dug deep and used your fight IQ there. What were was Coach Dieter and company telling you going into the last round?
Coach Dieter just got on me and said, hey, don't get hit with shots you don't get hit with, which I did. Josh is a good fighter. I would say he's a great fighter. And for me, it was like, we got to do the fighter's victory. I want that finish. I would finish it, man. So I told him he could fight. He was talking after the fight. I said he could fight here or anywhere. I got to finish him. It's not so much about him or anything like that. He's a solid fighter. He's got a solid chin. And, I'm going to keep getting better. Very grateful. Very grateful for the victory. And look forward to getting this title this year.
And then I know this is probably the last time you fought in Florida was for the PFL Challenger Series. And then now you're back in Florida, got to fight in front of a lot of your friends and family. How important is it for you to have that support back home for this fight?
Man, I'm so grateful. Everybody from the church, kids from the gym, my parents are here, my brother, my cousins surprised me. Very surprised me, man. I'm very grateful that they came. The guys I grew up with, all three of us are a year apart. Man, I'm just so blessed, man. Moved back to Florida, moved back December 3rd, 2020. With one focus in mind to be the champion. So now I'm going to do it twice, really 3 times. I won that John Evans fight, which I want to let y'all know about. But being in from that fight, I gained some moments, right? Making the right decisions at the right time. And I took that from them, from him specifically. Josh is a solid fighter. He's throwing wild, saying sharpshooter. But man, I knew I was coming to victory. That's what I decided to do. I made up my mind. And I'm just like, thank God, man. I'm doing what I love. And now I get to get out of here. I'm going to run up to Orlando and celebrate my own sister, which is a lot bigger than this. She, at West Point, United States Military Academy. Shout out to the F4 Frog unit. She just finished her acceptance day, which is from the time to technical basic training. So to all the servicemen and women out there, now she starts her first year officially as a cadet. So we get through this, sprint up to Orlando, fly up there, celebrate her, and I'll be back.
And then congrats to your sister. And then one last question. So for those that don't know, you actually opened Impa's refinery this week.
Yeah.
I know how much it means to you to not only, but to give back to the community when it comes to the knowledge you have gained. So how important is it for you at this stage in your career to have that gym?
My thing is, like, you're not a champion unless you want to build up other champions in life. That's in fighting, but outside of it, some of these kids, man, they've been turning their lives around. Some kids will get to the gym at 6 a.m. before school. Like, the gym is meant to be a beacon of hope, and that's it. Like, I care if you want to be a top level fighter. I will get on you, push you, challenge you, do everything that it takes to get there. More importantly, I want to see what God's going to do in your life. Let people know that conditional love. It's based off 2 things. Proverbs 14:23. All hard work brings profit, but we're talking about poverty. And then how long will you live before you can learn the rest of yourself? And I ask them that every day in different ways. And these kids are rising. So many of them are here. I'm so grateful. And I look forward to getting back in the gym with them on Monday.
Awesome. Love the gym.
It's a little shiny for me, but I appreciate stuff. I've never really used it. I usually have a cross, but this is cool.
Congratulations on making the finals yet again, back-to-back years. Beating the same opponent, which is kind of weird in itself, right? But I think that shows your development as a fighter. What would you say you put on display tonight as that development?
I say IQ. We learn from lessons from the past. We, making a choice in the present. Great trainers, things like little adjustments before and after. Before I entered the fight, though, my whole team, I've been really focused more on my faith. Sometimes in life you have this faith journey, but people don't think it's like Christian doesn't mean perfect. Christian doesn't mean you make all the right decisions. So I really just feel like focusing on that. Just knowing that when I'm healthy, best fighter in the world, and trusting God for that. And I got teammates who I want to be the best. I got teammates like Wynn and Delana and everybody. I say that my goal is to be the best to ever do, and not what you're going to be the best to ever do. So we raise the standard. And that's what it's been. It's been a testimony of raising the standard in life, raising the standard in everything, and you see that tonight. Josh is an excellent fighter. Like, I have so much respect for his dad. When I got knocked out by Buckley, the first person to talk to my dad was Conan. And I won't disrespect their household or their name. I think he talks too much, and it's like that's what it was. I don't think you focus like you need to. Like, you try to stare somebody down. I say, if you're gonna talk to me, you're gonna talk trash. Talk to me when nobody's looking. Talk to me when I'm talking to cameras, because we can do it there. I think that too many times in this world we're so caught up on, like, we talk about mental health, we talk about just like what you go through. The second you see somebody, you want to break them down negatively. No, talk with your fist, talk with your hands. There's so many kids you see jumping off bridges that we don't know about just because we're not on the other side of the camera. What's that mean? For me, it's like, represent right. you know, because now you got to eat those words and think about what you said. I just want Josh to know he's not validated by that. Just like let that go, and you can be so much better. But you're so caught up in being angry and being a brat. It's not who he is. It's fake. And I think that like if you want to take it there, it doesn't matter the cage to me. And I think that we try to lead these kids down the wrong path, and then you see some kid get shot up because they want to open their mouth at the wrong time. Somebody going through a bad day, they don't care. They'll kill themselves and kill the person in the car next to them for no reason. And they watch us fighters. We're obligated, but people say, I used to have this guy, he'd always tell me, say, you're obligated, but you're not obligated to the next generation. And it's true. Like, you can act like you're not, but before you know it, some kid gets shot up, and then they copy what you said. And calm down talking trash to the wrong people, because some people are crazy enough. You never know that day they split. And then what do? You're burying the kid because they try to copy you on TV. And I think MMA fighters, athletes do a terrible job of that. I saw during the Olympics, and I saw a guy talking about he goes through depression, and he's talking about all the people in his heat are going to be depressed. Who cares how much money you make, how many gold medals and champions you have, if you don't really care about people? People are going to make mistakes. I made many mistakes. Life, relationships, whatever, money, it doesn't matter. The guy was traditional. One thing that really pisses me off is to see fighters think they're all gangster and tough, and then when they do it, he try to talk to me after the fight, say, oh, it's not personal, it's not this. Like, you say it's personal, it's not this, you want to beat the shit out of me. I'm quoting him, my parents got on me, I'm swearing. It's like, what is it going to end? And then you see 10 people kill themselves for what, right? You don't know what somebody goes through. You don't know what these kids go through. And I just, my standard is, be a champion in that ring, be a champion outside of it. You can't get rich because you see people fail.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that truth, because we need it. One last question here before I take up too much of your time. Now that you're fighting for the belt again, and you're fighting for the championship again, how much confidence does that give you going into that main event game?
I used to say this a lot when I started my career. My confidence is in me, it's in my Christ. I've always focused like this. I don't need confidence, I need faith, right? Because you could have confidence and it could be a waiver. You could have a rough day one day, and then something shakes and you're not sure. Confidence is a very shaky foundation. My faith knows this, no matter what, I'm going to step forward and claim that victory and move forward. So I'm definitely, confident in my guidance. And I just focus on this. I have faith that you'll see me with my hands raised in Saudi Arabia, PFL 2024 light heavyweight champion. And whoever the winner between Johnny Edward and Fabian Edwards is, I'll fight both of them. But I'm looking forward to that day.
Thanks, Johnny.
I just want to talk about the lead up to the fight, because obviously there was a lot of trash talk, not on your end, but rather on Josh's end. You mentioned that it's all right, time to move on. Does it feel like closing a chapter for you now that you've gotten the win twice? And that's not to disrespect him, but does it almost feel like a book closing in a way?
I don't like to look at it like that. I think there's still so much for me to learn from this book, this chapter, right? Josh did some really good things tonight that I need to get better at and see. There were some decisions I made in the fight that obviously helped claim the victory, but the things I probably could have done better than my trainers see. So I don't want to close the book and miss out on the lessons, for what we're saying here. You never know. I could fight Josh again, so I got to learn from the last two and get the finish in the next one. Hey, Josh has been staying in it. He's in the PFL. He's making the money doing his thing. It could be the first match, but next year it could be the last again. Or in the middle, or whatever it may be. But that's not closed right now. What I told you, a lot of the Dieter and I talk practice in that ground. What can I do to get better, right? And that's part of the notes I'm going to take from this fight.
And you're a guy that always loves to move forward. I was listening in on the pre-fight Zoom, and you have so many different ventures going on. Is there any possible kind of ventures we could see in the future from Impa? Because you got your hand in so many different hats here.
Yeah, we're entering a motorcycle film festival, Honda Motor Festival, with our media team, putting out some cool things, going to tell the story of the spirit of the ride. I won't tell you the title yet, that's not official, but I just love motorcycles, I love riding, which I'm going to do this weekend. And just share. I think what happens is fighters just focus on fighting, just do this, you get told that. They see fighters at the end of their career, they're bitter being coaches or they don't have any money. You should realize God made you a lot more complex than you think, and you should go for different things, especially when you're young. When you fail here, when you do great here, you'll find different things. And as I show you each fight, it continues. I keep playing these victories. Don't think that you can't do more because you do one thing. And that's for everybody. That's what it's been. Shape, falling in love, finding your faith, just journaling. Do something. I'm not saying for me, it's I like to challenge myself and drive my trainers and team extremely wild and say, let's do this last minute, which they do not appreciate. But never limit yourself. when I was little, my dad never let me say impossible or can't. Neither did my mom, and both of them never let me say that, and I'm living that life.
Absolutely, you are. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Impa, you can go ahead.
Impa, good to see you. I have a couple questions for you. Last year, before you started fighting for the championship in 2023, you were talking about what happened when you left the UFC, being homeless. Now you're $1 million richer, going for another $1 million. What does it mean for you to not just, one, go for the belt, but now be defending the championship?
I'm grateful, man. I just feel gratitude. That's it. I say like it's cool. I always see myself as champion. Every single fight I always considered my first amateur fight, and I say consider my first title fight. But one of my saying, gotta be better after a fight, continuously improve and move forward. See what my teammates say. Very grateful to be in the PFL. Right, I get to stay out. My friends who are top 5 in the UFC and all this stuff, and it's hard for them to get a fight and get work. For me, I get to be in the PFL, consistently get to work so long as I earn it and I move forward and make that choice. So the fact that I'm here, the fact that they're building out people from Europe, Brazil, Australia, all over the world now, Africa, MENA, it's cool because I can see other people's lives changing, and that's what matters most to me. Like, I'm gonna go get that title, I'll get that $1 million. It's like, what is it to gain the world and not have Christ, what we say in our faith? It's like, what is it to gain the world and not have love, or just see people do well? Like, I got my brother Delano here, and like I have cousins, people, like, those moments are more cool to me, walking my dog on the through in the forest, right? Like, that stuff's cool. Like, you can make money in and out of time of fighting, probably make it faster outside of fighting, right? So, Robbie Lawler said this before his fight. He's like, you get paid to do this, the stuff they told you not to do when you were little. So have fun, and that's the truth. Like, guys, vets who break it down simply, you get paid to do this, or any other time in the world to get you in trouble. So I'm enjoying every bit of it, every feeling, every minute. It's a blessing.
We were here in January for the PFL versus Bellator press conference. We had the chance to talk, and you were really looking forward to winning that belt against Evelyn. Fortunately, it didn't happen, but you've bounced back now on the winning streak. Can you talk about that mindset you had to overcome that and get back to the championship?
Johnny Evelyn, excellent fighter. Made me better, right? That whole fight, very appreciative of you. I won that fight. I could care less about the belt, but that stuff will fade away. It's more about who won the fight, which means a lot more to me. I think y'all get to know me now, like, a record, this, like, I don't care what the judges say, I know what happened. And I respect them. To earn that opportunity again, to get that one, I'm very grateful. And I keep showing who I am. I know what I've done and what I'm doing. It wasn't so much about the belt, the physical thing itself, or the accolades from people. I wanted to see, like, I've had so many people say, don't take that fight, don't do this. You know, John Evelyn, he's one of the best fighters in history, which he is. And I showed him what I do. And man, there's so much to learn from it. Johnny showed who he is. He's got like a great team, great trainers, great coach. I feel like I don't think we're not friends. Just don't talk to me. I don't know, but I feel like in another life would be cool. He likes to be in nature, get out when he's a little weird. So am I. So I think that would be cool. But in this industry, you need enemies to your coworkers, right? So like that's a cool blessing. My mindset is keep moving forward. I was like, the reason I wear cowboy hat is like one day when I'm on a ranch, I'm gonna say cowboy up, you always move forward, and no matter if the calf died or had no harvest, so you keep moving forward, just working and trusting God. And that's what it was. It wasn't like I just asked my trainer, Dieter, what do you think? What can I do? My trainers, my teammates, got right back in the gym.
And last question for me. Now, forward looking, your opponent is from a gym you know very well, same type of coaches. What are your expectations going to that fight?
I expect the best version of himself. Dovlet's a good man, respectful fighter, he's an awesome fighter, good man, and I'm looking forward to claiming that victory, right? I mean, it's funny, like, eventually you keep fighting these guys, you keep taking them out, they're going to keep trying to crack the code, and I'm going to keep coming up on top, keep claiming these victories. I think they're all awesome. We got an ATT fighter in here, so they're all good people, very sweet. Hoping we should back fight and see if we can do a lot of adversity. I say this, like, I love the people from ATT. I think they're all cool. Like, I don't have issue with them. Thank God they have another gym because I'll always be fighting each other in the same gym. Probably a little bit more awkward, right? So we already do that at Kill Cliff. I know some of them fight each other there. So it's nice to have another camp over there. I mean, those people in Coconut Creek, that crew, like, they're just people trying to figure out their life. I think we make it too big and this like fake rivalry of like, oh, these fighters, they just found a gym they walked into that they're accepted at. you're going to be successful at Kill Cliff, be successful at TT, you'll fail at ATT, you'll fail at Kill Cliff. You got to find a place for you. Some people train in the middle of nowhere and do great things. Some people are just themselves. And I think we gotta look at it like that. It's always this versus that. Why can't we just end? So yeah, I expect Dovlet and them to get on paper, study film, do great things, and come the title fight, I have my hands raised.
Congratulations.
Impa, your opponent, well, you're someone that really gets your motivation internally, right? But what is it about Yagshimuradov that maybe will make you wake up in the morning excited to go hit the gym?
You can never be him. That's the thing. It's like it's the one that I'm fighting. He doesn't exist. I want to beat him every day, and like it's honestly, how would I fight if I was in that environment? And I look at it like I got a lot of people to take out, right? And he's one of those guys. Like he's very good, but he's not my nomination because really in PFL it's cool. Like you have an alternate. I could be so focused on this guy, and then all of a sudden the fight's not happening. Then you're like, what? I don't care. Like I could care less if Josh got exchanged 1 second before the fight. All I knew was at the end of the day, Cleveland, victory with my hands raised. And I just look at like this big battlefield. All these boys, you gotta kill them all. I get to where you go. And you don't get to pick who it is. They all got different skill sets. So that's it. It's not him getting me up in the morning because a person can pass away. Then what is your motivation though? He can say he doesn't want to fight. Like I don't put my future on somebody else's hands. I just say this like it's a person like Josh Silveira to do everything you can if you're working football. So if that's my standard, no person could ever reach that because I technically can't reach it. So it's like I'm going after this thing's almost non-existent, and I love that.
Awesome. Now, obviously, with the last year you got it done, you're able to help out a lot with your community, people around you. If you get it done this year, what are some of the other things you maybe want to go ahead and add on to that resume?
I want to build out PFL Africa. Right, Francis, what's up? You know, it's cool. Tony went to Africa. I can't say enough great things about Tony because my team drives Tony insane. but we love her and Gabby and everybody, and the whole PFL staff's amazing. So I know she was out there, but it's like I just see all these African fighters. And I don't care if you're African, Brazilian, like you're a human like God made. So it's like anywhere I can go to help fighters get better. I just like to travel the world and see these people like change lives. That's what I like to do. Yeah, keep up with my family, get my parents down to Florida, support my sister, you know, spoil her while she's in college, send her all the snacks and stuff. We're doing Chernobyl trek rides and retreats, so maybe we can sponsor people to go on these different adventures. Find some time and space. I was talking to the guy today at Best Buy, he's like, what's up, man? He's like, he was just inconvenienced, right? You never know, but he looks super distraught. He's like, man, come to the fight, you can't even believe it. You never know what somebody's just about. Throw it out, you know, throw that towel. When I look at it like, just, USA One Church, just keep coming back. Just keep coming back. I just want to help people, man. I want to see people not throw the towel on anything. Put on their dreams, put on their life, and their families. So anyway, I can just be like a source of hope. I'm going to sit down with my team and see the best way to help people. But we got a lot of these kids in the gym right now going through different things. So sit down with them and talk with them and just say, hey, this is why we do what we do, but it's bigger than beyond that canvas.
Wish all of us for sure to be better. So thank you.
Thank you.
I was wondering, with the fight last year and then now tonight, just what are your thoughts of, do you think Josh fought better tonight? You fought better tonight? How do you look at it? I mean, he was coming after you. I know last year was 5 rounds, but 3 rounds. And I know you want to finish. You said that. You always like to finish. I know that. But Josh, do you think because you're the fighter, I watch it, but what are your thoughts of Josh, how he came at you tonight, and then also how you also took this fight and won it?
Maybe both. I think I matured as a fighter. Like before that, let's throw it down. Let's be smart. I started making some adjustments in the fight. Josh himself, you know, saying he got better. It's like for something that he's done for so long, I expect more out of him. I think his standard changed when you have the first fight. He finished out of Busadu, got hurt in Salt Lake City. I was in the locker with him. He's talking to Rob through the TV and like, let's go, brother. This. I'm like, Josh, just focus on who you are. This fight, you know, he's talking to me, staring me down. I'm like, you're so like losing focus. Like, he has such a good dad and team. And he's insulting them by that. So that's my message to him. I told him we can fight anywhere. We can even train together for all I can fight again. Just like, don't do that to yourself, you know? I think that he made a choice to go for it, more so than showing he's a better fighter. Because if he just sat down with some punches, he probably could have got better shots in. He committed to things, that was good. But it's like going for broke at every single time, and then he still lost focus, screaming in there. And like what I said before the fight, how's a fish get caught? When a fish get killed, he gets caught in that hook, right? He opened his mouth mid-fight, got hit with the hook. Look back and watch it. He's lacking focus. To me, respectfully, it's an insult to his dad and his team, because you're sitting in front of your dad, who I really respect, and you're taking it as a joke. Like you're better than that, and I challenge you for that. Fight me in the parking lot, fight me somewhere else. I mean it. Your teammates here, tell them that. But I mean that from the bottom of my heart. His dad really encouraged me at a time in my career where many people may have never fought again. The first thing that his dad did was look to my dad, because he knows what that means. And for Josh to show up the way he is and just play around too much and just not be the fighter that he is, like, I'm disgusted with that. You know, you're in a fight and you think it's a joke to change your family's life. You say that's what it is. You go, woo. That's when he got hit. And I saw him change. Like, oh shoot, don't do that. Like, say what you want, like Christian people, but don't think this is a fight. You could die in this. What if that was the last time you fell? Then it's like what? Because you wanted to joke around and let his little brother. So I think he improved, but I think he lost focus and he needs to mature. That's it.
And another thing I wanted to ask too was going into that third round, and just what were your coaches, yourself, your thoughts? One thing I thought too was you sort of stopped him, quieted him when you had him pinned up against the cage, and he couldn't do anything. And you used your strength and your abilities to do something like that. I'm just wondering how much the curtain you could pull back and tell us about the third round and your thoughts going into that and what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I got a great team here. We train them all off the wall. Robbie Lawler, Arnold, so smart, all these guys. It's testimony to my team, but Josh doesn't work until he lost the fight last year. I know he fades. He fades. These are the secrets. He fades. He showed it every fight. He fades, he fades, he fades. And you hear this, and it's like, he's on that cage, and he's not making choices. It was too easy to turn him. He's a collegiate wrestler. Like, you've been in the gym since you're little. You've seen people on the cage since the day you were in diapers, or whatever how long it's been. And it's an insult to the American top team. He needs to own up to that. Like, be better. I respect Georgie Evans because he comes to the fight. He doesn't talk. He wanted to take me out, and I like that. But he's like, let's go. I'm better from that, and I look forward to that day we get to go and get in that cage again. But, like, just quit it. It's like, I can break you, yeah, for sure, but as a man, you let somebody break you, that's insulting. Like, don't take the nice guy approach for just being soft. I think that he played too much, he lost focus, lost sight of where he is, got too crazy, got too wild, lacked discipline. I took advantage of that. Last year in the world title, got him against the cage, and I said, I'm a world champion, in his ear. He faded. Fighting's deeper than just throwing punches and doing stuff. Kill that guy. And his spirit broke, his soul broke.
What's up, Impa? Congrats on the win. How you doing? Good. You got Delano Taylor by your side tonight, right now. If I remember correctly, he couldn't make it to Utah, right? He was busy or he was traveling for your last fight. So what does it mean to you to have him back by your side right here?
Oh, man. That was the first guy that coordinated Kill Cliff over at Sanford. My brother. We've been through so many different moments together. When I saw him fight Rory McDonald in Wales, Dominican Republic. He's my family. He's my Jamaican brother. He will let you know how Jamaican he is. He finds a way. He took the day off just to help us get better. And like, he made some great points, man. It's awesome to have a teammate like that. You can be in some gyms, right? And they can probably test in any big gym. Not everybody's gonna get along. No matter what, a lot of us been there, loving, we go to church together, we have good conversations, shed tears together. You don't always get that. Man, you know, iron sharpens iron, so we always get back together. Looking forward to cornering him. Looking forward to seeing life. And if you knew what this guy's been through, I would never wish that upon anybody. But he's shown a lot of love, kept showing up, and that's why I know one day he'll see a lot of tables and champion. Give it some time.
The atmosphere in there was crazy tonight. Your teammate Elvin Espinosa got a huge pop, but I think none were bigger than the one you got, the reaction you got from the crowd before the fight, during the fight, after the fight. I feel like you've become a star before our very eyes in the last year, maybe a year or so. Do you feel like that? Do you feel like you're a star?
My mom says I am. So, If my mom listens, I guess I can't argue. I believe with the PFL we become stars together, man. It's sooner or later stars in the distance, right? You see great legends, Shakur Rashad, you see Kamari, Robbie Waller, guys who are getting interviewed just like me. And I take a lot of lessons, inspiration from them. They say a star, I appreciate it. I